What's up, YouTube? I'm here today with Troy Hutchinson. He just finished his bodybuilding show. How long ago was that?
About a week and a half ago.
About a week and a half ago. So, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you've seen the package he brought to the stage. So I reached out on social media and I asked people, I told him I was doing a Q&A and I wanted to know if they had any questions for him, you know, post-show, about his show, what it took going into the show. And I got some people that asked me some questions as well as a couple that I brought myself. So we're going to answer those today and hopefully you learn a thing or two and give you a little insight into what this whole bodybuilding thing's all about. So you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, man, let's do it. So first and foremost, you just had your baby a couple days ago?
2 days ago.
2 days ago, yeah. So congratulations on that, man. I'm going to shake your hand for that before we get into this. Okay, so you just got out of your second show. How did you do? How did you place?
I came in 6th place out of, I believe, I want to say 17 other competitors. So it wasn't as high as I wanted to go, but 6th place is still pretty good, I think.
Yeah. I mean, are you disappointed? Do you...
no one wants to take, right? Everybody wants to win. So
exactly, man.
Nobody wants to say, oh, I got 6th place, because then everyone's like, okay, you didn't make top 5. But the competitors really brought up this show. I mean, it's a good show, great people, so I'm not really too disappointed after I sat and thought about it all.
Right. I mean, you can only get better. I mean, but
right.
Coming off your first show where you took first, you know what I mean, to 6th,
yeah.
I mean, I imagine up here is the hardest part.
It was the hardest part accepting it when they, when they tell you, hey, you didn't make top 5. We don't even basically need you to come back out here. You're just like, wow, from going from 1st to 6th, it's a big hit. But at the same time, bigger show, bigger competition, you're going to have
right, and you only get better.
And yeah, you can always progress higher. So
learning experience, cool, man, cool. So, question 2: what is your motivation, or what got you into fitness and bodybuilding in the first place?
That's a tricky one because that's so much. If I had to really be real about it.
Yeah, be real, be real.
When I was about 15 years old, I started watching Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah,
If you don't watch Dragon Ball Z, I highly recommend watching it because it's amazing.
Oh yeah, dude.
And watching the way that the characters were sculpted, they're just chiseled and muscular.
Yep.
And then you think to yourself, I want to be that guy.
Exactly.
So, and then they always say, eat like them, train like them, and sleep like them. So that's what I followed, that process, and it's got me to where I am today.
See, I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z too, and I was like, that show was like,
it's great.
You idolized him, you know what I mean? So I get where you're coming from there. I think if I had to say like what motivated me was like, I was never like the athletic kid, the
right.
attractive kid. I had no self-confidence. So what lifting did for me was kind of gave me that stuff that I never had.
That's the same category too. It falls into that, like, you're not the popular kid. You weren't the kid who was always everyone talked about. And
exactly.
You were kind of like, I don't know, like laughed upon, I guess you could say. But you were the class clown, but you were laughed upon because,
Amen,
hey, that's what Troy does, or that's what Rim does.
Yeah.
But so then you start lifting and you see the results, and it evolves you all around. So,
dude, yeah, mentally, physically.
Yeah,
and
more mentally, I believe.
And the discipline I've learned too. I think it's made me, better in every aspect of my life.
Yeah, every aspect. It changes everything from your job to your household to your lifting. I mean, everything.
Yep. Amen. All right. Question number 3. What are your future plans with bodybuilding? And are you going to do more competitions? Are you going to switch divisions?
As some people know, I did classes of physique this around.
Yep.
I'll be honest, the reason I did it was because it was a crossover. The price was cheap to do it, so I figured, hell, why not?
Because what people don't realize is these shows cost money.
Right. You're dumping a couple $100 plus you're paying your coach, you're paying fees, the food. I mean, the list is endless. But I would have to say my future goals for bodybuilding is I'm definitely going to do another show. I'm considering doing one in November. So my plan right now, my ultimate goal is to put on, I'm bulking again. Everybody loves bulking. You get to eat.
Amen.
So bulking again to get as big as I can, as much muscle mass as I can, and I'm going to cut back now to see if I can't come in bigger and just everything bigger in my foundation, wider, just bring a better package than what I brought last time.
Heck yeah, man. I mean, dude, your last package though, that was...
I definitely felt like I brought a good package, but the other guys were ready to go.
Right,
so,
man,
right. You can't help who enters your competition, who's coming into it. So.
And what people don't think about either is it's not just like diet down and go. There's so much to it. There's like, what you do a week out, that peak week is essential.
Yes.
Completely essential. So, some people come in flat, some people come in bloated, and like it's finding that, trial, error, repeat.
Yeah.
You figure out what works for you and you keep doing it. All right, question number 4. How long was your prep for this show? What was the most difficult part of prep? And what are some tips that you would give other people, go-tos that helped you get through your prep?
This prep, I believe I started actually a little late on this prep. I planned on doing a 12-week prep for it, dieting, but I think something came up and I ended up doing only 11 weeks, which was still a good turnout for how long I had. The hardest part of the prep was easily the dieting. I mean, you go from eating whatever you want to, having this or having a cheat meal. And the biggest thing I did this time around was I cut cheat meals out 7 weeks out. No cheat meals. No, I started realizing that if I have a cheat meal, the other person I'm cheating is myself.
Amen.
So, and then I included more vegetables. I had more variety with, your greens, your onions. I mean, just little things like that to spice your food up. So.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, the volume foods like that, vegetables, like you get a lot of bang for your buck as far as filling your stomach up. And a lot of times if you're, eating crap, and your stomach's not full, you're just hungry all day, and that's miserable.
Yeah.
My first ever prep that I did for the photo shoot, I didn't even have vegetables. That was back when I didn't really know what I was doing as much, and I didn't even have vegetables because I hated them. So I was starving and I was miserable. I was, it just wasn't good.
No, it's definitely a struggle because a lot of people underestimate the power of the greens. I mean, they fill you up. So many vitamins, they actually help break things down. They're essential for a reason. So
exactly. So for those of you that aren't getting your vegetables in, you heard it here first. Well, this is probably like the 217th time, but you know. All right. Question number 5. Give me a rough idea of the type of diet and training you were performing and how this was different than not being in prep.
Oh, okay. That's a little tricky one. Okay, as for the diet, everybody knows diet. Everyone hates that word. But the diet actually consisted of your basic foods, your whole foods, chicken, rice, fish, tilapia, tuna, oats, and as I said, vegetables. Can't get enough of those. But it's a lot different from when you're not prepping for a show because you can indulge and you can have different meals, but the idea is still try to keep it clean. So, but you definitely, if you're not a fish person, you can throw it out the window, pull your chicken in. So
right. And that's the thing too when you're not prepping, like when I'm bulking, for instance, I try to keep it pretty clean, but I'll also too, if my friends are going out for dinner somewhere, I'll go out and get some pizza, because it's really not. I'm doing good 90% of the time. That 10% for me when I'm bulking doesn't really matter.
No.
But when you're on prep, it's a completely different animal.
Completely different because that little bit of indulging at 10% could really overspill you on your carbs, or it could just wreck a lot of havoc.
It could be the make or break between bringing really the package you brought or showing up like some people we know.
Exactly. It's just better to stick to it 100.
There we go. Okay. Question number 6. As some of these people might not know, you're a family man. You have a wife, a son, and now another son. The question here was worded differently, but he had the baby, so now, I got to mix things up. How do you balance all of this and still find time to be a competitor and a bodybuilder, father?
I'm going to be real, it's a lot of sacrifice. But no, honestly, it's not as hard as people think it is. I mean, yeah, you have a family, you have to make time for the family. You have friends, you got to make time for them. Then you have to make time for your prepping, your dieting. You got to make time for your training, your cardio. It's a non-ending battle, but I promise it's worth it because it's 12 weeks of your time, and then if you stick to it, it's got a great end result. But I think what really helps me is my wife works mornings. My oldest is actually in preschool. Actually, just graduated preschool. He's going to kindergarten soon. So I had the whole morning to myself to really prep my food.
Get everything done.
Yeah, get everything knocked out before I have to go to work. I work second shift, so it's actually balanced out equally for us.
Nice.
But having a newborn, we're going to see how we're going to adjust to it. We're going to adjust.
Yeah, man. That's, I do not know that struggle. I do not know that struggle. Okay. We got question number 7. And we're going to switch things up a little bit with the questions. If you could only choose one supplement to take for the rest of your life, what would that supplement be?
That's a hard one because, you take so many daily.
I know, right?
One supplement. If I had to pick one supplement.
I read this question and I was like, man,
Is that during prep or not during prep?
We'll just say overall because you know there's a supplement you can take with you into prep, out of prep. You know what I mean? Like just a good versatile supplement.
I would say I would if I had one choice, it would be a BCA because of the fact that some come with glutamine added, or creatine added. So therefore, you could actually get your beneficial or the benefits from one supplement of everything you need. So I would say BCAAs.
Yeah, and I would probably be mine too, considering I do so much fasted cardio, and if you guys, follow me on Snapchat or watching my videos, you know how important BCAAs are to prevent the muscle breakdown when you're performing that. So, yeah, that's probably my answer too.
It definitely helps flavor the water if you're
struggling
on that diet.
Oh, try drinking 2 gallons of water a day plain.
Yeah.
That is torture.
Yeah.
That is torture.
You're not coming out happy.
Not quite waterboarding, but close. All right. We got question number 8. All right, and this is a fan one. Stereotypical gym bro question, but what's your favorite body part to train?
Oh, I'm going to catch a lot of jive for this one. I'm going to have to say shoulders because there's nothing better than when you're at the gym and you're pumping shoulders out, all that blood and, that pump that you get and then, especially the way I do it is you take the t-shirt off, show the tank off once you're pumped up.
Yeah, you got to, man.
You got
comes with the territory.
I'm going to say shoulders all day and then it's just they're awesome to do.
But the thing is, your shoulders are phenomenal, though. This dude's got some 3D looking shoulders. He looks like he's wearing shoulder pads in the gym. I'm like, is this a football game? What are we doing? But yeah, I would say mine's probably shoulders too. Especially now that I've really focused on them and made them essential in my training. Just the roundness of them. Like that's what I think can differentiate a good physique from a bad one. If you don't got shoulders and you don't have that 3D look, I just don't think your physique's really desirable.
No, it gives you the shoulders give you a nice, well-rounded V look, especially if you're dialing in and your diet's on point. From behind, you're going to see that person and be like, man, that guy's a big guy.
Well, that too, though, even when you're not in prep, shoulders still give you that with a shirt on, you still gives you that oh, he goes to the gym.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He lifts.
Exactly, and that's what we do it for, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't buy a brand new shiny car for people not to look at you in it,
Yeah.
So
you don't park in the garage. That's
exactly.
Sure.
Okay, we got question number 9. Part of being a successful bodybuilder is knowing where your strengths and weaknesses lie. What would you identify as a strength and a weakness that you possess?
A strength that I have, I would say, is my ease has got to be my persistency. If that's even a word.
Persistence and consistency?
Yeah, we're going to mix this too. Persistency.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, he's just thinking 2 steps ahead.
It's because it's this lifestyle. Anybody in the gym, it takes consistency to come in there every day knowing, okay, I want to get hot, sweaty, tired, sore, but you're doing it consistently because you're chasing that end result. And persistence is the fact that you're persistently wanting to go, you're persistently wanting to do this. So I would say that's my strength because when I'm going to bed, all I think about the next day is I can't wait to go to the gym.
Exactly, man.
Can't wait to go there.
It becomes an addiction.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to the gym. You know what I mean?
And a lot of people are like, oh, you're obsessed. I am obsessed, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Especially when it's, something like this, that road to self-improvement. I started, when I started my first gym journey, I remember that first month, the results were addicting, and dude, I can honestly say, I think in all my time lifting, I have not gone to the gym 5 days a week.
Yeah,
since I started. I mean, we're not counting taking a week off for recovery purposes, a deload week, so to say. Because I have taken those just to, kind of after you lift for a while. I think those are essential too. But
very essential.
But those are planned. That's part of the overall training regimen. So cool. What about your weakness?
Weakness, I would say, I get very discouraged easily. If something, I know that everything's a process in this whole journey, but if I don't start seeing it, I guess if I don't see it quick enough, I start discouraging myself.
That's everybody though.
Right. And in all honesty, it's something that you just have to stick with and know that the process works if you stick to it.
Exactly.
It always works.
I work with a lot of clients and they might be on a program for a week or two that I made for them, and they're like, I'm not quite seeing it yet. We got to switch stuff up. I'm like, look. You just gotta trust it.
Yeah.
You just gotta just do it, and I'm telling you, you do the same stuff every day. You grind it out, the results pay off. Right. I just started cutting again, about 4 weeks ago, and I'm already down 25 pounds. And that That first week, I'm discouraged because I'm still holding on to belly fat.
Yeah.
My abs are barely poking through. But I'll get to a point now where it's like, ab checks every now and again. Wake up in the morning, I'm like, okay.
It's all coming together now, and that's what the process. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Exactly.
That's where I forget it a lot myself, and I have to remind myself. Or I'll reach out to friends, other fitness friends, or even friends alone, and just be like, I'm getting discouraged. A little quick pep talk, and you're back in it. So
exactly, man. Sometimes you need that support system around you too, of good people doing big things, that understand the grind, understand the struggle. If you are new and you're getting into fitness, and everybody around you doesn't care what they eat, and because people that aren't doing what you're doing will try to discourage you, man. I've seen this when I first started. Everybody's like, "Oh, why can't you eat this pizza?" Or, "Oh, why do you go to the gym too much?"
Right, yeah.
Certain people are like, "You're getting too skinny." You hear that shit from everybody, and it's like, I'm gonna do me, and you need to surround yourself with other people that have the same goals and aspirations as you, because I'm a firm believer you are the sum average of the 5 people you hang around with the most.
Exactly.
So if those 5 people ain't doing shit and they're spinning their tires, you're going to be right there with them. So you got to surround yourself with good, positive people. That's why me and Troy get along so well.
That we love working out.
And we love working out. And Dragon Ball Z.
And Dragon Ball Z.
All right, we're getting close to the end, guys. Okay, so question 10. What is some of the most important advice you'd give anyone wanting to get into this sport, either with or without plans of competing?
We kind of just covered that. I would say the biggest tip I can give anybody is get started as soon as you can.
Amen.
And
no better time than now.
No better time than now. And you're bettering yourself every day. A lot of people say, I don't want to go to the gym because I don't want people looking at me.
Yeah.
Why are you worried about what them people think? Too many people are worried about trying to please other people's opinion about them than worried about themselves. And you just need to better yourself, because in the end, no one's probably even looking at you at the gym, honestly. They're too worried about their own, their own obsession in there or their own goal in there.
Yep.
But if they are, give them something to look at. Give them something, change in 4 weeks, and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this dude's grinding, or this girl is grinding it out.
Exactly. And there's a lot of people that go to the gym, man. I've been going to the same gyms for a while, and people that I seen when I started that haven't changed, or they've gone backwards. So, figuring out a system that works for you and not going for 2 months, losing some weight, and then not going for 2 more months, and then going, you need to make it a lifestyle, because as humans, we've kind of evolved to a point where we don't do anything. We sit. There's a lot of desk jobs nowadays. Even, there's not a lot of manual labor. If you work manual labor, props to you. But I don't do anything. So I gotta go get my cardio in. I gotta go get my workout in, or else
I just feel like I'm not doing anything.
Exactly.
We evolved into a very, what's the word?
Sedentary species.
Yeah, we have. You got TV, Xboxes, phones. I've been in public where someone's had their head down for half an hour staring at their phone. And I'm just thinking, what is possibly on that thing that you could have your head down for half an hour?
Right? Yeah, I went to a concert not too long ago, and I swear the dude in the row behind me was on his phone the whole time. I'm like, dude, we're at a concert, man. Put your phone up.
Yeah, enjoy what you paid to come do.
I know. I've set a little rule for myself when I get home at night. I plug my phone in, put that thing on Do Not Disturb. I plug it in across the room. I'm done with my phone, and it's made me sleep better. It's done. It's disconnecting from this stuff.
Right.
There's benefits.
And you need to sometimes, because you can get stuck in this and it distracts you. But don't get me wrong, I'm on my phone just as much as the next person, but I'm always researching something and trying to figure something out, my next step. But biggest tip is get started, enjoy it. Don't let it become a second job. Enjoy it, have fun with it.
Yeah, and if I had to throw a tip in, it would be don't overcomplicate it in the beginning. Don't think, okay, I got to start doing 40 minutes of fasted cardio every morning. I got to take this supplement at this time. And I can only eat chicken and rice. It doesn't got to be like that. There's a million ways out there to have progress. You can keep it relatively clean. Don't try to do too much at once. No. Ease yourself into it, When I first started, I really tried to hammer down on that stuff, and that led to the binging. It was like I could go 5 days, great, and then I would binge all weekend and derail all my progress. So start slow, give yourself little treats here and there, and it's not like I say, don't compare yourself to the next guy, because their journey is completely different than yours. He's been on the journey for how many years now?
Consistently 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah, see, and I've been probably about 4 where I've really taken it seriously. So you can't come in and compare your day 1 to someone else's day 982. All right, final question of the day. This is my favorite one. Last but not least, you're stranded on a desert island with only fish, broccoli, and chicken to last you a lifetime, and you have one cheat meal before you're stuck with clean foods forever. What is that cheat meal?
I'm not even looking forward to the fish. Oh, that's a tough one. And I know what everyone's thinking. You're hearing this and you're thinking he's going to say pizza. If I had one last cheat meal to last me forever, I mean, I'm really about to say some pancakes with peanut butter. I mean, I'm a pancake guy. I love my pancakes. Every Saturday, we go out for breakfast as family, and I get my pancakes because I love them. Unless I'm in prep, and then I just watch my son eat them.
That's the worst, man. When you're in prep and like you're out and your friends are all eating. Like the other day, we went to a chicken joint here in town, and all my friends are eating. Heck, you were there.
I was there.
Yeah, he's there eating mozzarella sticks right after his
man.
show, and I got 4 pieces of grilled chicken. Like looks like shoe leather.
Yeah, and he actually enjoyed it.
Right. Okay. So that wraps up the Q&A session, guys. Man, I had a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah, I had a great time.
Yeah, so maybe if you guys got any more questions or anything, you can put them down in the comments below. We might, make this, another one of these.
Yeah, hell, why not?
Right? So like my shit, guys. Like the video. That helps me out a ton. And I'm going to put some of Troy's info down below in the comment section. So if you want to add him on Instagram, Snapchat, I'm going to have all that stuff in the comment box below. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate it, and we will talk to you soon.